I just missed it, but you know, he broke his hands already, okay? So he's obviously, when he did the out sweep, his head was still down. Now he's just starting the in sweep and he's just starting to bring his head up. What do you guys think of this guy's stroke? Looks pretty fast.
I'll take it.
We'll take it.
Looks like a 400 IM pace.
Yeah, he's not going all out, that's for sure.
Whoosh.
I mean, you can see here, he's already finishing his lunge and his legs are still finishing. That's okay. Like, again, your legs, you're trying to get that kick in as you're lunging forward, and you could finish your extending your arms while you're still finishing your kick. But you want to get that kick in and trying to complete the kick as you're finishing the lunge. But you can see he's fully extended here, palms are turned down, and he's about to finish the kick. Really snap the kick. All right, I won't go to this other one, but this, I think, this one. This one's really good. I won't go through this one, but just show this to you guys. Maybe we can share this with you. But again, I didn't look at a lot of these different ones, but this one breaks down basically what I just went through. So Chloe Sutton is an Olympic gold medalist in multiple events. She's in this like endless pool, but she breaks down the stroke technique. So again, it's hard to see on here.
Yep.
All right, well, she's just practicing some of the drills that we can work on, but this is a good video to watch. It basically just breaks down the stroke, pretty similar to what I just went through. So that's really the breakdown of the stroke. Do you guys want to talk real quick about turns?
Yes. Yes.
And starts? All right, so this I'm really focusing just on the stroke. Obviously in short course, starts, turns are key in every race. And I don't know what you guys have been practicing with the dolphin kick. Like years ago, when you did breaststroke pull out, you could not kick dolphin kick. Now you guys obviously all can. You get one dolphin kick. Have most of you guys been using the kick before the breaststroke kick?
Yeah.
Or have you been doing it at the end?
4.
I did before.
So originally, the breaststroke kick, you could not do a dolphin kick. And what happens is guys were finishing the kick and then they were dropping their legs. And some of them were using that to an advantage to then get a little dolphin kick in. And officials were having a hard time knowing whether to DQ somebody, like because they intentionally kicked, or did their feet just drop. So they added a rule to say you get one dolphin kick, basically to eliminate the question about whether they would DQ somebody, so that you can finish your breaststroke kick and have a dolphin kick in the underwater, just in the one time in the underwater. People quickly realized once they made it illegal, that it's actually faster to do the dolphin kick before your breaststroke kick. So if you watch all these guys in the Olympic races, they're all diving in, they're coming off their wall streamline, they're doing a huge dolphin kick as big as you can get, and then they're doing their breaststroke pull. So that is the direction that all the top swimmers have gone with, and they find it faster. Again, I think a lot of it has to do with the more you can stay streamlined in the fast position. When you dive in the water, There's never a time you race that you're going faster, so you want to maximize that speed. And the minute you start doing a pull-out, you slow yourself down from that type of speed. So you can dive in. It's the fastest you'll ever be in the water right out of the dive. And if you can get that dolphin kick in, what you're doing is extending that speed a little further. So guys are diving in, and that Olympic one showed it real well. Guys are diving in, one big dolphin kick. And someone, I know people have asked me before, like, do you time it in your head? Like, do you dive in and count to 3 and then do this and then count to 2 and do, I mean, it's not a timing thing, it's a feel thing. You want to keep your speed going as fast as you can. So the minute you start to feel yourself slowing down off the dive, you want to get your dolphin kick in to maintain that speed. The minute you start slowing down off your kick, you start your pull. The minute you start slowing down, you're breaking out. Okay? So again, I don't know, I don't want to change if you guys are already doing it a certain way, but
that's what we do.
You can practice the dolphin kick first. That is the faster way to do it. And really get the whole body into that dolphin kick. If you come off the water, just like butterfly, you know, and just using from your knees down, you're not really propelling yourself very quickly. You really got to get a full dolphin kick in using your whole core to really generate power. Then go into the breaststroke pull-out. So again, we dive in, tight streamline, one big dolphin kick using the whole body. As we start our full arms down, and then coming back up, I'll give you guys 2 options here. Some people you want to be streamlined in the water, so you don't want to, slow yourself down by exposing yourself to the water any more than you have to. So there's one way where you can keep your hands flat and you come up underneath your body. That's a very common way that people teach. Some people that's not natural, but it is. You have a nice. You're going through the water, there's a layer of water and air right by your body that's usually trapped there. So if you can tuck your hands in there, you can kind of hide them with little resistance and come forward to then start your breakout. The other way, a lot of people, they do your pull out and they just bring them up, individually. They don't bring them up through the stomach. They just turn them and you bring them up, which is fine. But again, keep them tight to your body. Don't have them out here. Do the pull, tight to the body. The further you have your hands up, the slower you're slowing yourself down. So finish the stroke, keep them tight, and then start your first stroke. For me, when I thought about planning my races, to me the first stroke of your swim is the most important stroke. If you can time your breakout so that you have your first stroke gets you into the lunge right away, it sets your whole race up. If you come out of the water and you're too deep, your hips drop, and now you're trying to pull yourself to the surface, you just totally stalled yourself. If you're too shallow, you come up, you're already grabbing air when you hit the surface, and you just slow yourself down. So the timing from the start to the breakout, setting that first stroke sets your pace for the whole race, for that whole 25, and then off each wall, the same thing. That first stroke really sets your pace. So really work on, hands right below the surface on the breakout, so the timing of it. So you can get that first stroke in and get high and lunge and be right into your stroke. You don't want to have a warm-up stroke to get into your normal stroke. Does that make sense? Or like an off stroke to get into your normal stroke. You want that first stroke to be a natural stroke like every other stroke is throughout your 25. If it's some varied stroke because you're too deep or too shallow, you just set yourself up for, again, you lost a little bit of time on that first stroke. So. Any questions on the hands with the breakout or the dolphin kick? And then the same thing on the turns. So the underwater, I won't go through. It's really the same thing. You repeat it off the turn. But as far as coming off the wall, as far as coming in and out of the wall, which we can practice, and there's a lot of different drills to do with this. Obviously, like any stroke, you want to be in and out of the walls. We don't want to sit on the walls. When we go to the pools that have the nice, big gutters, do we grab the gutter and come up and take a big breath and look around?
Some do.
I've seen it. But imagine the wall's flat. A lot of the pools, they don't even have a gutter. The wall's flat. You don't have an option to do that. You do not want to be grabbing the wall. Whether it's butterfly or breaststroke. You want to stay away from the wall as much as you can. So the minute your hands are touching, and you're coming to the wall, the minute your hands are touching, you You obviously have to touch with two hands, and they have to be even. You can't touch like this anymore. So we're not touching like this, touching with the fingertips. And the minute those fingertips touch, there's two things to think about that I've been coached on, and I like to think about is when you touch, elbow back, knees up. Okay, so the minute your two fingers touch the wall, your elbow is driving back, and both your knees are coming to the wall. So you can practice that, as a drill. Come into the wall and just practice. Hold the wall with this one hand, and just release the elbow back and get your knees up to the wall as fast as you can. So you're just falling back. You're not touching and pulling up. You're not touching and turning your shoulders. Your shoulders are straight to the wall. You're touching. Knees are up, and you're going straight back. Okay, so you don't want a sideways motion at that first movement. You really just want to touch, elbow back, knees up, and you're just falling straight backwards. And now once my feet are up, this arm comes back right by my ear, and I'm pushing off on my side. I can't demonstrate. I'm pushing off on my side. Can't push off on your back. So I am twisting at that point, pushing off on my side, and then spinning over to my stomach underwater. But I see a lot of breaststroke come in and the hands curl, or there's full hands on the wall. Again, as you come in, your fingertips touch. This hand might still touch the wall more, but this hand is already off. It's never touching more than just your fingertip. And your knees are coming up. And again, it's a straight in, straight out. You don't want to be turning. Straight in, fall backwards, and then push off. Any like upward motion or any turning of the shoulders, it's all slowing you down. You guys awake yet? No? You're like, keep talking so we don't have to swim.
No way.
Yeah?
Let's throw them in.
So, I think this is a good time to transition. Do you guys have any questions? We'll transition to the pool, but any other questions as far as going through